we are joined in the studio by
Todd Robbins. Is this mic on?
Is that mic on?
Somebody's messing around with the soundboard.
I messed up with the soundboard.
The soundboard is haunted.
It happens when I show up. It's simple. Strange things happen.
It does. It's the electromagnetic field.
You're like the traveling Wilburys, right?
Yeah, it's voodoo.
Yeah.
It's voodoo.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's all. It's just a little personal voodoo.
Just personal voodoo.
Yeah.
So Todd Robbins is co-creator and star of a show that's now playing at the Players Theater called Play Dead. And we were lucky enough to see it about a week ago. And we were really scared before, during, and after.
I actually scared myself because you do this amazing thing in the beginning where you plunge everyone into total darkness. And like total. I mean absolute total darkness.
People think they've been in a dark room, but they have not been in a dark room until they've been in a dark room with me. It's simple as
Their
that.
show, if you want to explain the show.
Sure, it's basically a 75-minute ride to hell and back. It's sort of an evening of ghost stories with me. I have a collection of strange, unusual things that I've gathered through the years about real people whose lives were defined by their relationship with death. And I have a handful of them that I tell you about, and as I'm telling you about them, and the stories are all true. That's the wild thing about it. Unlike most ghost stories that are fiction or happen to a friend of a friend of a friend, these things are real. And you get a sense that these people are gone, but they're not very far away. And it's very possible that towards the end of the show, they come back for a little guest appearance.
I have to say, after we saw the show, we had a discussion afterwards, and we said, this can't be true. These stories cannot be.
You were totally
I was completely convinced.
The joy of it is it's the most honest show you were ever going to see in a theater. In that everything we do and everything we tell you, well, not everything we do because it's based on illusion, a lot of the visual things we're doing. But almost everything I say in the show is completely true. There's a little bit of exaggeration here and there, some corners smoothed off for the sake of drama, but anything that I say in the show is basically true.
I went home and looked on Wikipedia, and it came to be true, all of it.
Yeah.
Now
and it kind of
I don't know if that's really true. Wikipedia.
No, but it's like
Mr. Robbins here could just have a team of assistants who are quickly rewriting Wikipedia every time somebody corrects it.
I do have minions, that's true, but...
But they're not Wikipedia minions. They're far more fiendish.
No,
than
that's the fun about it. I say in the show, I say I lie, but not much, because when it comes to true horror, nothing beats the truth.
Yeah.
True. At the very beginning, can I talk about the?
Sure.
At the I didn't know. At the beginning of the show, you do one thing in which you eat a light bulb.
Yeah.
And I can't tell the listeners how
it's impressive.
It's because you hear the sound of the light bulb, you see the glass, you hand a woman in the front row a piece of glass, there's that white powder on you, and we had a friend that wanted me to ask if you have a special diet.
Yeah.
You do have a special diet.
Yeah, there are things, basically, to get into that, the show, what a lot of people don't realize is very autobiographical. It starts off with sort of the fun in the dark as, what you experienced as a kid, kind of scaring each other. And then that glass eating is the eating of a light bulb serves a number of purposes, one of which is just to mess with people's minds about what is real and what's not. And that's the great thing about it, is that it's 100% real. There is no trickery whatsoever. I've eaten more than 4,000 light bulbs during the course of my career. Ripley's, believe it or not, has chronicled me as eating more light bulbs than anyone else in the world.
Wow,
that's something to be proud of.